Hello everybody, this is RubiGamingx. We are back to cover brand new news for Hiya Toys. They have revealed Super Mechagodzilla. Now let's get into it. This figure stands at 21 centimeters tall. Release date is going to be for 2027 Q2. Price point is going to be $496 with US tariffs included. Shipping will depend where you purchase this figure and location. The Garuda can be attached on the figure's back, forming Super Mechagodzilla as seen in the film. You have two interchangeable back plates that are included, a standard plate for Mechagodzilla on its own, and a dedicated plate for Garuda. It also states that Garuda's canyons are articulated and you can adjust the range how you want to pose your figures. It also includes two switchable pieces for the stomach. The figure also includes flame thrusters, which you can recreate iconic poses like flying Mechagodzilla in certain dynamic poses like we see in the movie, and you do have some other effects included in here like the Garuda's canyons and the G Crusher. In total, if I'm not mistaken, you get around 20 to 21 effects with Super Mechagodzilla with the switchable parts, effects, and how you can recreate the dynamic poses, either flight mode, combat mode. That is all the information you need to know about this figure. Now let's move on to my personal thoughts. I gotta say, this looks freaking fantastic. Hiya Toys has gave us probably one of the most jam-packed figures of all time with nice articulation, great accessories that actually make sense to the figure itself and really helps out bring that shine to this metallic Mechagodzilla that we see. Looking at the effects, I gotta say they are done very nicely with the different colors throughout the effects. We see some yellows, some oranges, some light blues, touches of white, really nice, and they seem to attach really nicely. The flames are just some extra bonuses that I see. The paint job on Super Mechagodzilla also seems to be very nice. You see some weathering on the figure and the reflections are very nice on this figure. You can see how the metallic seems to be realistic. You could almost say it's completely die cast, but I'm sure they could probably save that for a version 3 if they ever decide to go for a full-on die-cast Super Mechagodzilla, and also for Kiryu. So I'm not sure. I think it would be really nice if they added some die-cast pieces. Comparing this to Monster Arts, I gotta say that both of them look really nice, but this one wins in terms of the price point because it's cheaper and you have more effects than the Monster Arts version. But there are some differences. So that is to keep in mind. Um, yeah, I mean, this is really nice. Again, I think a lot of people have misunderstood what I've been saying with the first releases. I understand there's people out there that love collecting every single version, especially if there's minor differences or huge differences. I get that. I'm simply saying, from my point of view, I don't see any value in collecting the first releases when it doesn't include any effects. Now, I understand there's people out there that do not collect effects. They don't like them. It takes up space. I understand that, but you're not seeing beyond the value that you're getting in return and how much you're getting with the first release. It's common sense at this point. The value between the first and second and third releases is a night and day difference. It's almost at the same price point. So yes, I think this Super Mechagodzilla is a perfect example of what happens when you wait for a figure to get all the necessary effects and upgrades that the first release should have had. Now, this doesn't really count when the first release is different from the second, okay? That's where I can understand where you want to get both figures. Now, I'll give you another example. This isn't 100% confirmed, but I heard that Godzilla Evolve, the brand new one that's coming out from Hiya Toys, the translucent one, is supposed to be a lot bigger. Supposedly, they have corrected the size to make this a lot bigger, and it has translucent dorsal plates, it has upgraded articulation, upgraded ball joints. Supposedly, this figure will be able to look all the way down, straight forward, and all the way up to recreate his atomic breath like he does in the movie. And on top of that, he has a better paint job, a noticeable change when it comes to articulation, better ball joints. At least to me personally, that's what I mean when there's a noticeable upgrade between the first and second release. I know I went on and ramble about this a lot, but I really have to express myself how I view releases now from Hiya Toys. For me personally, I'm always going to skip the first releases now unless there's big differences between both and they're different. That's my point. I think this Super Mechagodzilla looks impressive. It looks beautiful from what I've seen from other videos. The first release has fantastic articulation, the things that you can do. So I can only imagine what this figure is going to be capable of and all of the nice poses that you can do with the effects and all of that. So I'm super excited. This is definitely the one that I'm going to pre-order. I'm glad I skipped the first release when this one really seems to be the definition of patience is key. Anyways, this is RubiGamingx. I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Bye-bye.